What would y'all do if
That's
Jalen?
fine.
Okay, so I know how I would react, but I don't. I mean, people are different.
Okay.
Jalen Ramsey's our best player. He's
Yes.
arguably everybody's favorite player.
Yeah.
Jalen Ramsey's the best cornerback in the league. We have made that argument.
Mm-hmm.
Jalen Ramsey now decides he wants to be paid like the best DB in the league.
Sure.
We
Holds
also
out.
think differently.
Okay.
Holds out. Would you guys then be upset?
At Jalen Ramsey?
Yes, for holding out.
No, but if
I would be mad to get your money.
If the younger guy came in and played just as well as he played, I would tell him to kick rocks. That's fine. That's it.
Right, but
Yeah.
you wouldn't have any. But you would still want Jalen to get his money.
Sure.
I guess
People, but the mass majority of people don't think like that. They have,
and
that's that.
Yeah.
that's the issue.
So
the issue.
I had an argument. Well, not an argument. I had a discussion with this guy at work, right? And we were talking about we're talking about Dez getting hurt.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about Dez getting hurt. He's
Right.
like, I'm so glad Dez got hurt because Dez
Never
had a
understood.
contract. He didn't want to sign the contract. He sat out half the year, and now he wants to play for a Super Bowl contender.
That was Gus.
right?
Gus had the same.
Right?
Yep.
And then I was like, whatever. That makes sense, right? Whatever. I don't agree with that, but whatever.
Don't agree with it at all.
Then he brings up Le'Veon Bell, right? And then he brings up what's his name, the safety from the Seahawks.
Earl Thomas.
Yeah, he was like, I'm glad Earl Thomas got hurt. I'm like, you kidding me? Earl Thomas did the right thing for his team.
Broke mentality.
And came back when he shouldn't have.
Yep.
Because this was gonna be Earl Thomas's last contract,
Yep.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And he got hurt. And he knew that the risk was there, but he came back because he wanted to do the right thing, right?
Right. He wanted to do right by his
Let
teammate.
me tell you about this, man. This ain't intramural. This ain't no intramural Pop Warner bullshit football. These are people's lives.
Thank you.
They do this shit for a living.
Thank you.
You know when you go to work, you drive your fucking ass 30 minutes to work and you work your fucking 9 to 5? This is their job. It's the same thing.
It's the same exact.
It's the same fucking thing. And you know what you do at your job? You look out for your fucking self. You look out for yourself. You get that promotion. You know Hank right here at the desk next to you, he's up for that promotion.
Yep.
You don't give a shit about him.
Nope.
You want that promotion.
Yep.
You want the money. So don't give me that shit about the team, bro. What team?
Look. Every person that has been on Twitter that has brought up Le'Veon Bell, and if they brought up the fact that he's being selfish and they bring up the money, I always ask them the same question. So Le'Veon Bell should go out like Earl Thomas, right? Never get an answer. Never get an answer.
Right.
Never get an answer from a single person. See, and I don't like this. I don't like this mentality because you act as if the players aren't humans. You act as if they're toys, as if they're animals. And it doesn't. And it doesn't make sense. Just because you can't do what they do, and you don't get millions of dollars, doesn't mean that because he gets offered $17 million guaranteed that he shouldn't hold out to try to get 45 guaranteed. Doesn't make sense.
The worst argument is that he's getting enough. He should be happy. That is the worst argument because everybody wants to be paid what they're worth, and the risk is very high in professional football. And they don't have guaranteed contracts.
And they pretend like they don't know this.
Right.
So
It's flat out. It is so frustrating because I've been talking about this for the last week, and I've been trying to spark conversations whether we're streaming, playing Call of Duty, or whatever, because I just wanted to get it out of my system because it doesn't make sense. Like, I get it. You think they make millions of dollars and they shouldn't be getting paid that much money for playing a sport. But guess what? There's only, how many people that could do that? There's billions of people on the planet. Guess what? They deserve the money. So you're telling me if you were Le'Veon Bell, you would risk getting injured on 14.5 and risk getting at least $35 million guaranteed. If you're willing to do that because of an organization that doesn't give two shits about you and will cut you because that $17 million is the only part that's guaranteed, then you're an idiot. And that's probably the reason why anybody that's in any corporate job, they could walk up to you and be like, "Oh, look, I understand you're getting paid 75. We want you to take a pay cut and take 60. What are you gonna tell them? No, I quit. But a football player can't do that.
Right.
Well, I guess this is what my issue is with human nature. It causes frustration
So annoying.
and arguments when it comes to football. And I guess it's more so on me than anybody. When you get those people who don't respond, you guys, I guess, know better to just leave it alone.
Because I won.
I'm working on it. I don't have that type of personality. I will rip it out of you, whether we do it
which is so
peacefully
interesting because
or we do
you're
it
not going to
force.
rip it out of anybody.
Well, and that's what leads to a lot of my interactions with people. Because if I sense that you're bullshitting, or if you're not being genuine, or if you're being hypocritical, I will rip it out of you one way or another. And if I can't, then I'm gonna do my best to do so. And so this situation also reminds me, because I guess we're kind of getting away from the Le'Veon Bell thing, but it's more so with people being haters. I hate using the term haters, but this is truly your haters. You shared the article with not Jeremy Mickens, but with Mickens. What's his first name?
Jadon Mickens, yes.
I looked at I read the article, went straight to the comments.
I didn't read the comments. An idiot. I didn't read the comments.
There's 4 comments.
I didn't read them.
The first one said
minor league baseball players. They probably brought up.
No, the first one said, so $80,000 isn't enough to live off of. I wish I could make that. First of all, if you read the article,
right,
the $80,000 is not guaranteed.
Here's this guy,
right?
Yeah,
here's the point.
Right. Yeah.
It's just flying over.
Right.
Yeah.
You just proved it. It's first of all, the $80,000 is not guaranteed. If you read the full article, you can see that these guys are.
They're going from Jacksonville to California to New York. The cost of living is different, and they don't get paid more for where they go.
Well, it's not guaranteed.
And it's not guaranteed, right? They cut them and it's done.
Like the annualized salary is $80,000, right? But that's after taxes, by the way. So it's really like $100,000. But that's not the point. The point is you can get a $8,000 check and not get another one for the rest of the year. Because they cut you.
But it's even bigger than that. People have a hard time looking at it. Looking at it.
Yeah, right. Look, you know how I feel about running backs.
From the other person's point of view, these players want to get paid what they're worth.
Correct.
These are the same people who complain to their coworkers because they're too scared to talk to their boss. Right. That, man, I wish we were getting paid more money. We deserve to get paid more money. They're sending our jobs to China. And India for half the pay and not giving us what we're worth. I want what I'm worth.
Yeah.
The NFL players are doing the same thing.
Yeah,
Le'Veon Bell, your number one fantasy football player.
Was good.
Your number one running back. You're the player. Your number one player on your team.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to get paid like it. Oh, you're not a team guy. Take a pay cut.
I think people don't.
Be company people. Take pay
everybody's so one side or the other these days, right? They don't understand that both sides can be right.
Two things can be true.
Yeah, 2 things can be true. Le'Veon can want what he's worth.
Yes.
And the Steelers can be doing the right thing by not paying him.
Bingo.
Oh my God.
Who would have thunk that they're in a good situation and Le'Veon Bell is in a good
He's
betting on himself.
He's taking the risk and he's betting on himself. And that's fine.
It doesn't change the fact that Le'Veon Bell is still arguably a top 2 running back. And it doesn't change the fact that
let's just say he's a top running back because we don't need to get into.
Well, Gurley's the top running back.
Yeah, but he's a top tier.
He's a top
tier running back.
That's a safe.
Yes. He's a top tier running back because we're not going to argue who's better.
Well, I didn't think anybody was actually going to jump on that. China. He's a top tier running back.
Right.
You don't have to find ways to discredit a player just because he doesn't.
Somebody on Twitter said he's a system player.
Yeah, of course, now he's a system player.
They said he was a system player.
Right.
And
but James Conner is good. Give me one of them. Is it the system or is it the player?
Look, there are Steelers fans that they sound like they're scorned girlfriends, and I get it. First off, I can understand when the offensive line is mad because the word is, and I don't know if this is fact. Somebody can correct me. Hold on. They said taking a year off is huge for any pro athlete. Look,
I agree.
That is a fact.
I agree.
That is a fact.
It is in their prime. This is not his prime.
Yeah, but taking a year off.
We're talking about Le'Veon.
Yeah, body parts snap and stuff like that.
Well, there's after you take a year off, there's an unknown there, right? Yeah. Like, do you still have the same ability that you had a year ago?
Especially a huge ass contract.
Especially when last year he didn't. He showed up out of shape.
Right.
He played basically the whole year out of shape.
But this furthers my point, which doesn't make sense to me. you're in a. They're upset that Le'Veon Bell wants to get more money. Let the Jets pay it. You don't want to.
Don't bash the guys.
Let the
Jets
pay it. Let the Jets pay it and be done with it and run with James Conner and be perfectly fine and continue your life. It is the most asinine thing that I've ever seen.
Before we move on,
fans are gonna fan, man.
It's literally a situation where it's like you got your new girlfriend, but the girl that you had before is the
one you wanted to marry.
But she's high maintenance. But you know that this girl that you have now is better for you.
But you want that one.
You still kind of want her. She's still prettier, fatter ass.
There's something about her.
It's like I still want her.
You know what's funny? There's nothing that you need differently.
But you know what it is. You said there was something they still want from them. You know what it is? It's the fact that they don't want them anymore. That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Le'Veon Bell wants to get paid more money by somebody else. Well, screw me, screw you.
See, that's different. See, Pittsburgh kid, right? See, I know him, and you have a different mentality than it seems that other people that I've been having a conversation with on Twitter. He's like, look, get your money and be done with it, and that's it. What did Around the 412 say? Because I can't see.
It's more so how he went about it. To be honest, flip flop the entire process.
Why is North Shore 9 talking about baseball, man?
Get out of here with that. See, if you're mad about that, then I can understand that. And the word is that they said that there's players in the offensive line that took pay cuts in order for him to get paid, and then he didn't sign the deal or whatever.
But Frosty said they should transition tag. Well,
he'll get quarterback money.
This is why Bell is sitting out the whole season, because if he came back, the transition tag would have been
like $25 million or something like that.
$9 million. No, the transition tag is different.
Okay. I thought there was another.
But there's no point in them tagging him at this point. That's just being petty, because they're gonna tie up their cap to be petty. Come on, like why would you?
They're gonna let him go, just like Mike Wallace left, and just like all these other people left. You don't have to worry about it. Everybody's like, well, he's gonna be like Mike Wallace. He's gonna be trash. He's gonna be suck on the Jets and blah blah. Why do you care?
Right.
You're good.
Right. You got your running back in the future.
Look, he's going to the Ravens next.